Now, the opportunity, we've got a diagram here from Ausgrid. Ausgrid is the electricity grid. Now, you can see that hot water can represent 37% of the electricity costs inside a typical household. And this is actually higher on this diagram than heating and cooling, which surprises a lot of people who might think air conditioning is the largest electricity cost from the owners. Now, we have to pay tribute to solar thermal hot water. This was a great start, and if we go back to 1953, Solar Heart, with technology developed by the CSIRO, which was 20% more efficient than solar thermal hot water heating up until that point in time, allowed Solar Heart to become a runaway success and export technology into 40 countries around the world. And you can see, even today, on this screen, there's a solar thermal hot water system there at the Samar building at 46 Harper Street. But there's something that's more efficient than solar thermal hot water, and that is heat pump technology. Now, heat pumps are not a new technology. Another name for heat pump technology is reverse cycle air conditioning. So if you're comfortable with the technology behind reverse cycle air conditioning, you should be perfectly comfortable with installing a heat pump. So we've got a diagram here. In essence, what you are doing with a heat pump is capturing air temperature, ambient air temperature, and using that to heat the water. Now, the way that it does this is through using a refrigerant. So imagine that you've got a refrigerant in a heat pump that's maybe got a boiling point of -28 degrees. If the temperature in the air is any higher than that, that energy will be sucked into the heat pump, be put through a compressor, and it'll be used to heat water through a heat exchange process. So this process for heating water consumes about 80% less energy than a traditional gas storage hot water system. Now, the other thing is heat pumps heat water slowly, and they store it in tanks a bit like a battery. So when you heat water slowly, you're not consuming as much energy as when you use instantaneous electric or instantaneous gas for heating. So this is a very efficient means of heating water, and we'll have a look at some applications to different setups in strata buildings that could benefit from heat pumps. But first of all, we just want people to be comfortable with the idea of a heat pump. I actually had a friend who lives in a house rather than an apartment building call me yesterday. He had his electric hot water tank explode, and he said, should I consider a heat pump? And basically, I gave him some detail to show that, compared to what he's got at the moment in an individual house, he'll save about $680 a year by switching to an electric heat pump. While they're a little bit more expensive up front, the payback over 10 or 15 years gives you a lot of saving. So you could expect to get your payback on a heat pump system maybe within 3 to 4 years. And after that, you're just making money.